Hello and welcome to another Oye Help Me series. Today we'll talk about how to make a quesadilla. Now you may be wondering, why in the world do we want to learn how to make a quesadilla? Well, for those young Latinos out there who live in the dorms, or when you come home from college or you come home from school and there's no food on the table, your mommy and papi are working and they can't make you food, we're going to teach you how to make a quesadilla. It's the simplest food. It's like the peanut butter and jelly for Latinos, you know? So to begin, let's wash our hands first. We want to be healthy and make sure we sanitize. You know, whatever soap fills your need. Wash your hands. Make sure you get it all. Dry your hands, you know. You don't want to get all that water in the quesadilla. So then we begin. So you have your comal or whatever you need to heat up the tortilla. You turn it on. First you want to turn it on while, you know, when you want to make sure it gets a little hot before you just put the quesadilla in the tortilla in there. You know, you can pick any kind of tortilla you want. Personally, to be healthy, we're living in a time where everything is, you know, being healthy and going green. So whatever, I got a whole wheat, but whatever fits your need. You know, you can get one of those big burrito tortilla. So it's a tortilla that's good and big, that can, you know, so you can make that quesadilla. Then you want to make sure you get a queso that's Chihuahua or whatever cheese is fills your need for the quesadilla. You know, personally I like queso Chihuahua, but whatever fills your need. So you want to cut up small pieces. Make sure you're careful with the knife. Don't cut your fingers off. We don't need that. Fingers flying off. Cut a couple pieces. You know, you want to make sure that you're conservative with your food. Being in college, you know, you don't have all the luxury of just, you know, spending all the money and leaving food out. So you want to have a couple pieces. After you do that, put the tortilla in the comal. Let it heat up a little bit. You want to make sure you put the cheese as you fill. Now, tú puedes hacer lo que quieras con el queso. You know, you can put ham, you can put a hot dog if you want, cut up in slices, put some steak, lo que sea, chorizo, whatever you want. But right now, just to make it simple, just put cheese on it. Just, you know, let it heat up a little bit, put the cheese there. You know, so whatever fills your need. After a little bit, you want to make sure you just close it up a little bit. Now you don't want to put too much queso, because then once it's all melted, it's going to spill over, and you just don't want too much cheese on it. Just enough that it fills up the kind of tortilla, and enough to fill your appetite. So after you put that, you want to put back the cheese inside, you know, clean up a little bit after yourself. And then you can just wait. Either, you know, you can read a book, or make sure you study for that next exam you have coming up that you probably never even studied for. Or, you know, Facebook friends, you know, Facebook that you're making a quesadilla, take a picture if you want, whatever it may be. But it takes a little bit while it heats up. Every 30 seconds or so, you want to flip it over. You know, it's not going to burn your hand if you flip it over real quick. Just, you know, make sure you flip it over. Make sure you get that queso in there. You want to sometimes press it down a little bit just to make sure that the cheese stays nice and flat and soft. But again, like I said, any cheese that you want, that's totally fine. You know, when you go to the supermarket and you go to the cheese section, or this is, I guess, a Chihuahua in the Walmart now, wherever it may be, you know, make sure you get that good cheese. Make sure that you get some good, you know, flour tortilla. You want to make sure whether it's, you know, you get the huge one, the one that literally is the size of your palm, or whatever it may be. And then you can put any ingredients that you want in there that fills your need. But make sure you get a little healthy and get a little whole grain, just to make sure that, you know, you stay healthy. And when you flip it over every maybe 20-30 seconds, you want to make sure that you see kind of like that cafecito, that brown, you see that little brown there. Make sure that's getting good. And it's, you know, you just have to continuously make sure that you stay aware of when you're making a quesadilla. You don't want to just leave it there and go to your room and stay for 5 minutes, because you're going to start smelling burn. So make sure that you're always aware that when you make this quesadilla, stay in the kitchen. No te vayas. Don't leave, you know. because you don't want the house burning down or your apartment or your dome burning down. So now you're starting to hear that little fizzle. This usually means that the cheese is getting in the comal. It's starting to melt a little bit, which is good. Now we're getting somewhere. So now we're really starting to see, if it gets a little too black, like you start seeing some black stains, not black stains, black spots on it, don't freak out. Just turn down a little bit of the heat, maybe turn it up too high. So make sure you don't want to put it too high up, but you don't want it too low. Between 5 and 6 is a good amount of heat for the quesadilla, because you want to make sure it doesn't heat up too quick and then burns. You want to make sure the queso kind of melts into the tortilla. Start hearing that fizzle, that means we're getting somewhere. Alright, we're finally getting somewhere. The cheese is starting to melt. Once you start seeing the cheese melt, we are good to go. Make sure you turn it off. And make sure that you get a plate. Whatever it is, green, blue, black, pink. You know, then you're good to go. You got your quesadilla. Now you can get your studying done or whatever it may be. Thank you for joining us, and you can check us out at www.oyahelpme.net, or make sure you follow us on Twitter at oyahelpme, and tune in for next time.